Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video is a video where I would like to show you the different types of knitting needles that's out there if you're a knitter and are interested in the various types of knitting needles available. So the first one that I would like to show you are knitting needles that one would use when you're working a magic loop method. These are basically knitting needles that have cords attached to them, and these cords have their different lengths of cords that would obviously suit your project. So these are for magic loop method, sock knitting, and so basically the next one we have are the 9-inch circular needles. These also you can knit 9-inch socks on them. It's a shorter needle with a shorter cord, and these are basically something that one would use when you're knitting a small circumference. Okay, so moving on to the DPNs, double pointed knitting needles. And these are basically knitting needles that have 2 points at the end of each needle, and these normally come in sets of 5 or sets of 4 depending on how many you would want to use. So they basically are for knitting in the round, and they are, you would knit, obviously you would have them, you would have your stitches separated and divided onto each needle, and you'd have the 5th or the 4th needle to then use to stitch around. Depends, like I said, if you want to use 3 needles and have the 4th as the needle to maneuver your stitches, or 4 and have the 5th one. The next needle that we have, the Addi Trio, or you can have Addi Flexi, depends on the brand actually, and they work the same as double pointed knitting needles, except they have a little bit of cord in the center, and it's a bit more flexible, hence the name Flexi. So you would then divide your stitches on needle 1 and needle 2, and you can have the 3rd needle where you use to stitch, or you move your needles, your stitches around. And these are also used for tubular knitting, a small circumference of tubular knitting, and your work or your stitches will be then in the center, and you can actually then move your stitches around with the 3rd needle. So that's the Addi Flexi or Addi Trio. Moving on to the circular needles, these are fixed circular needles. They basically are just needles with different sizes and different cord lengths, but they are attached to the needle. You don't need to adjust them in any way, and you can use this for hats and various projects. Moving on to what I have are the Addi clip-on needles. These are the adjustable needles where you have your knitting needle, and you have different sizes, standard, and you get the short needles size, and you have your cord that you attach to it. You just insert and you twist, and that's how it clips on, and it's that's how you you attach your cord to your needle, and then you can knit in the different lengths that you want depending on the project. And when you're done, you just remove and store away. The next interchangeable needles that I have are the Knit Pro needles, and these are the bamboo needles or the birchwood needles. And here it's the same, it's an interchangeable needle. It has a cord and a needle, and you just attach them together. But with this you need the pin that comes with, and it also comes with stoppers. So the pin that comes along with the needle set is the one that you use to actually attach the needle to the cord. And this is, if you don't actually attach it correctly, your stitches can mid-row fall off if your needle gets loose and is separated from the cord. So your work can then your stitches can obviously fall off the needle, and you would have a hassle. So rather tighten securely. It's been a while since I've used this, so I am a bit fidgety with the needle, and I don't know why I thought that the other needle is going to be a different size or the correct size when they all work the same. Yeah, so anyway, you'll see here that I've managed to prick my finger whilst doing it, but anyway, nothing serious. And once you just touch, you tighten it, and then when you're done, you can obviously use the needle to loosen your needle and remove from the cord. These also come with the stoppers that one can use. If you want to use the needle for another project, you can attach the stopper and keep your stitches on hold, or you can try it on just for size measurement and have your stitches on hold, yeah, if you want to fit on your garment to see how it fits. Yeah, so these were basically all of the needles, stoppers and needles and everything that I've showed you today, various types of knitting needles, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and like, even share a comment if you can. And yeah, so thank you and goodbye.